This tutorial was designed to show students how to do the talking to the text activity. Talking to the text is also known as T4. Students, you recognize this document. This document was given to you, and it should be kept in your portfolio. This bookmark will help students with the activity. If you have lost it, the bookmark is also attached to this item in Blackboard. To get started, talking to the text is an activity to help students comprehend and retain what they have read. Using the several tools that you see on the bookmark: predicting, visualizing, questioning, connecting, inferring, summarizing, and fixing a problem, students can get into something that they need to read, difficult text, or anything, and have an approach to comprehend and retain what they have read. Many times students say they read every word, and when they're done, they remember nothing. Talking to the text is a strategy to help students comprehend as well as retain what they have read. So keep your bookmark handy, and then we will get on to the text that we'll be working with today. The text we will be working with today is titled "Strep Throat May Have Killed Mozart." Well, with my bookmark handy, the first thing you do in a T4 is make a prediction. I need to record each of these elements in writing, well, in this case in type, to complete the T4 activity. So before I even get into my reading, I will say, geez, strep throat may have killed Mozart. Well, without going any further, let me first record my prediction. Once my prediction is recorded, I'm just going to move it out of the way here, and I can check that off of my bookmark. I have used that tool. Then I'm going to read through a few sentences in this article and record some more of these tools as I go, hopefully working on comprehension and retention of this material. I can look at the picture for a visual, but as you see, the article gets started. The death of composer Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart at the age 35 may have been caused by complications stemming from strep throat, according to a Dutch study published on Monday. Since the composer's death in 1791, there have been various theories about the cause of his untimely end, from intentional poisoning to rheumatic fever to tuberculosis or trichinosis, a parasitic disease caused by eating raw or uncooked pork. Well, using my bookmark here, folks, in that first paragraph, let me use another text box to record another tool. I'm going to start off with another one of visualizing. As you can see, I always start with the abbreviation. This lets me know what you are trying to accomplish. With that first paragraph in mind, what can I visualize from it? I would visualize not only the egg that's being held in the picture before me, but I can also visualize the hairdo of the age, a casket, a coffin, because of course we're talking about death here. So let me record my thoughts next to V. And once again, once I've made my thoughts visual or in writing, I'd want to put that next to the paragraph in which I read it. Then let's cruise on a little further. If we want to take some more of the tools from our toolkit, we'd also want to record something about questioning. Students could have many questions about this topic. For instance, let me record one for you. As you can see, I'm recording my questions. I'm making my thoughts visible. I like to say this is evidence that we are doing talking to the text. And once again, we'd like to put that textbook or text box next to the material that we're reading, and that gives me, the teacher, a general idea on where your thoughts stem from. Again, you can see each of these bits of evidence start with an abbreviation as well as a statement that follows. Let me get on to one that's perhaps the most important, the making of a connection. This tool starts with the letter C. This allows students to make personal connections to what they've read, and I'll record one. Please read as I record this. As you can see, the connection that I make is something dealing with that uncooked pork. Once again, you can see I'm using most of the tools that are located on the bookmark. The connections are the most important for students. We want to know, I would like to know as their teacher, that as they read, they are making connections to their own personal life. This is so key in remembering material or retaining it for some time. If we go on a little further, we can read on his death certificate, it was officially recorded that the cause of his death was, I can't even read that, or heated miliary fever, referring to a rash that looks like a millet seed. But researchers from the University of Amsterdam in the Netherlands said studies on his death have generally been based on less than reliable evidence, like accounts from people who witnessed Mozart's final days, written decades after his death. So as students read, let's record one more text box. This begins with an I. And the inference that I record, please read along with me. So my inference here is, despite findings today, No one really knows how this famous composer died. Folks, this gives you a few examples on how you would record or make your thinking noticeable to me using the tools in your T4 bookmark and recording them on an assignment, a piece that you need to read. Let me give you a couple of tips here. Not only will each T4 include something on each of those tools listed on your bookmark, but if you really want to do good and score a 5 on the rubric, you're really going to work hard to make a lot of connections. Connections tell me that you are comprehending this material because you are making it personal. You are making it a personal connection to materials that are pretty much disconnected from you. And that's one of the keys to long-term retention of material. You always need a prediction to start. Prediction's the mother of comprehension. And then those personal connections, as well as some of the other tools, will keep your focus on what you are reading rather than letting your thoughts drift and not remembering what you read when you were finished. When you are done with the T4 activity, not only will you have each of the tools from your bookmark complete, but you'll also have a good understanding of what you read. I guess one last thing that I would ask you to do is to circle the vocab words that you did not understand. Circle vocab words that you did not understand. That's a good start on the T4 activity. Once again, if you've missed this in class because you're entering late or you were absent on the day this was explained, well, I would hope that this tutorial helped you. Thanks for spending the time to listen. Goodbye.